Good afternoon. My name is Jillian Johnson, and I am here on behalf of countless parents asking that the DGA committee take our concerns into consideration as they prepare for the infant nutrition guidelines. While it may be rare, it's not impossible for a newborn to die from dehydration. I would know as I lost my first child from dehydration while attempting to exclusively breastfeed. As soon as I found out I was pregnant, I took all of the hospital parenting classes. I thought I knew everything I needed to know as I prepared for the arrival of my first child. I was so wrong. Landon would not have been home from the hospital for even 12 hours before I found him not breathing. He was so dehydrated that he had to be given fluids through his shins because they couldn't get a vein anywhere else in his tiny body. I sat at the hospital for the first 24 hours of him being on life support, running everything through my head. I was exhausted because I'd spent the last 3 days trying to soothe a baby that was crying out from the pain of starvation. He had to room in with me because I had him at a baby-friendly hospital and there was no nursery, hence why I was exhausted. As I met with the head of the NICU, he told me that he believed Landon went into cardiac arrest due to dehydration. He himself did not understand why hospitals pushed exclusive breastfeeding so hard. He said, yes, breast is best if the baby is actually fed, but please follow with a bottle if you're in doubt. I couldn't understand what he was telling me. How does a baby that is being breastfed become dehydrated? How is a new mom to know her child is in danger if she is taught by everyone that the constant crying and nursing is normal? They told me Landon's cardiac arrest led to his brain stem being damaged and ultimately his death after 2 weeks on life support. Just like that, my beautiful baby, who was perfectly healthy when he was born, was gone. It's been more than 7 years, and I still find it to be ludicrous. How foolish do you think it sounds when people ask me how he died? He starved to death because I didn't give him a bottle. My body failed me, and my milk didn't come in until he was on life support. Not a day goes by that I don't have to live with the thought that my son's death was 1,000% preventable, and it still happens every day. I was not given the tools I needed up front. The education that was provided at the hospital and in all of the literature pushed breast is best and formula is poison, and I was brainwashed not to give him formula. The classes didn't teach you the what ifs. What if my milk doesn't come in? What if I don't get enough? What are the signs that something's wrong? I was set up to fail from day one. Most people are fortunate enough to not have their situations end as horribly as mine, but no child should ever come that close. No prescription should have to be written for a baby to be supplemented. Hospital feeding classes should be required to educate on supplementation, whether it's donor milk or formula. And the risks of not supplementing should be very obvious and put in front of new parents. My son died, and that's why I'm here, because this is still happening to other babies. So on behalf of all the parents out there, I'm asking that you guys please put into place standard practices and patient education guidelines so that we can protect newborns from these 100% preventable negative outcomes. Thank you.
Commenter 74.